in order to free you up from material things of money, whoever asks, give it. That way you won't be tied into this world system, because he knows what's to come. He knows that the mark of the beast is coming upon the earth. And a lot of people, especially those who take the mark, that's all they're not going to inherit the kingdom. So you have to learn to live free. Free of things. Free of money. Because why? What does it say after that, Lee?
Number 43. Lee?
You have heard that it was said, love your neighbors and hate your enemy. But I tell you this, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you.
Mm-hmm. Pray for those who persecute you. Another translation say, pray for those who despitefully use you. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to turn them away, because in turning them away, they will never get the gospel. They will never get seasoned by salt. Remember, sometimes it takes more than one passage of tenderizer to tender a meat. You just don't sprinkle maybe a tablespoon of salt or tenderizer on something because the meat is so tough. Sometimes you got to beat it. Sometimes you got to hammer it. Sometimes you got to use one of those pallets, those mallets. But that doesn't mean you give up on the steak just because they asked and didn't do right the first time. None of us do right the first time. So what does he say?
In this way, you show that you are children of your Father in heaven. He makes his sun rise on people whether they are good or evil.
Go ahead.
He lets rain fall on them whether they are just or unjust. If you love those who love you, do you deserve a reward? Even tax collectors do that. Are you doing anything remarkable if you are welcome only your friends? If you welcome only your friends, everyone does that. This is why you must be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Don't do good work to be praised by people.
What does that mean?
Which one?
The ones you just read.
Don't do something just to be praised by people. Don't do something good just to have somebody else's praise. Yes.
So let's start from the first one. It says to
love your neighbor.
Love your enemies.
Oh.
Why? Now, who are you supposed to be? You are the what? Beatitudes. You are the what? Salt of the earth, light of the world, children of God. So if you consider and you think of yourself always as being a child of love, what are you going to do to someone else? Are you going to act the way the world acts? Or are you going to go above and beyond? Doesn't God, your Father, go above and beyond? So if you are a child of your Father love, what are you supposed to do? Love conditionally or unconditionally?
Unconditionally.
And what did Pastor always love to tell us? What's that word he used to always say? Long suffer. A lot of us don't want to long suffer. We want to love and give out of convenience. But long suffering is what a lot of people fail to understand. That's a part of love too, to suffer long with others, with those that need. And then what was the last final thing? What will we be called?
Children of your Father in heaven.
And who's our Father?
God.
And love. So you want to be known as a child of love. So how do you have to act?
Beatitudes.
And in doing so, you fulfill what?
The what?
What did life come to fulfill? You came to fulfill what?
Your talent, your
What did you say the Beatitudes are?
What's the beatitude? The commandments of what?
Moses. I mean, not Moses, but life.
And what is the commandment of the law?
Commandment of Moses.
Okay, so in fulfilling the commandment of life, you do what?
Blessed.
No, you what? You fulfill
The fruit.
commandment.
Oh, the Beatitudes. You fulfill the.
If you apply the beatitudes, you do what?
Fulfill your.
Jesus said, I did not come to destroy the law. I came to what? What did life come to do? To the law.
He didn't come to destroy. He came to spread it, like with that word.
He came to fulfill the law. That means I did not come to